What's up guys and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Character Profiles. This week we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and we're doing Yubel. So in the English version she's known as Yubel and in the Japanese it's the same. Her age, I haven't got a bloody clue, and her anime debut was in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX episode 106, A Jewel of a Duel Part 1. So far she's had 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, giving her a duel score of 12. Quick gist on the character. So Yubel is the primary antagonist of the Dimension World arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. She is a maleficent duel monster whose card was in Jaden Yuki's possession when he was a child. Yubel was deranged and manipulative, exploiting various individuals to accomplish her goals. She is later redeemed after Jaden fuses with Yubel, reuniting them forever. After that, she acts as Jaden's partner, similar to Yugi's relationship with the Pharaoh and Yuma's relationship with the original number, Astral. Yubel's appearance can easily be described as demonic. Her most noticeable features are her sickly pink skin, large black wings, heterochromic eyes, as well she has a third vertically placed eye. Yubel's clothing is bizarre to say the least. One of her legs is completely covered, the other is mostly exposed. Her hair is somewhat reminiscent of Yami Marik and Yami Bakura, each contributing to one half. She also has blue lips and pointed teeth resembling those of Camilla. Her entire appearance can easily be described as made up of opposites. One side of her in the original version is distinctly female, with a covered breast and a rounded hip. The other looks more masculine, with a pectoral muscle, no breast and a harder, less rounded hip. In addition, it is oddly the masculine side which is paired with Yubel's original hair and eye colour in the past life. All masculine aspects of her appearance were edited out as well, and both in the past life and present life. She was given an excessively feminine voice as opposed to her voice in the original, and the simplification of her motives may be due to the disturbing possible implication of Yubel associating physical and emotional pain with love, often interpreted understandably as sadomasochism. Her dual disc is an extension of her arm that grows out when she duels. Her appearance symbolises her duality, although the English dub overlooks this. Unlike the card's art, there is no additional grey clothing over the torso, and in the English dub her top half is covered in black to look less revealing and more female, and in later episodes her chest is redrawn to have 2 breasts instead of 1. But aside from that, she looks exactly like she did in the original, and when she was human she had light blue hair with turquoise eyes and tan skin and was said to be beautiful. So after she was sent into space, she was exposed to the light of destruction, which took over her mind. Yubel is not only evil and deranged, but also quite psychopathic. She knows how to manipulate others to do what she wants by playing on their innermost feelings and hidden desires. Staying true to her villainous nature, she doesn't bind herself by her word. Although she made a pact with Viper to bring back his son Pierce, Yubel instead merely changed his memories so that he thought his son had never died. Yubel also throws away allies if she deems them as useless, as seen with Viper and Marcel. In addition, she is also quite emotionally sadistic, because she absolutely loves to crush and trivialize people's hopes and ideals after she attempts to bond with her opponents. Despite how much she actually mocks their opponents, she is actually capable of sincerely respecting them, though it is overshadowed by how much she enjoys their suffering. This is missing from the dub. She no longer cares how much suffering her opponents endures and does not respect them. In Zane's case, on several occasions, she mocked his heart condition. Yubel's ambition was to keep Jaden to herself at all costs and willing to harm anyone that got in her way. Despite how much she says she loves Jaden, she has no problem at all hurting him to get that goal. Yubel has further been shown to have an enormously warped view of love, because love in part is sharing feelings, both joy and suffering. Yubel therefore legitimizes Jaden's suffering as true love. Yubel feels she has suffered greatly due to her time in space and the crash into the earth that caused her to lose most of her body, and desires to share that suffering with Jaden. To that end, she goes out of her way to make him suffer the same fate. In the dub, Yubel's personality underwent some major changes. All references to Yubel's love for Jaden were completely removed and replaced with childish desire to play with him. Little bit of backstory on the character. An unknown amount of time ago, Yubel and the boy who would become the Supreme King lived in an unnamed kingdom. The king informed Yubel that a certain individual held the power of the Gentle Darkness, and that he needed a guardian to watch over him until he grew to an adult and could control his powers. Yubel volunteered to be that guardian and was transformed from a human into the form she's most commonly seen in. Jaden's ancestors swore that he would love her and only her after the transformation. In the modern era, Yubel's spirit is made into a card by Industrial Illusions. The card was eventually found by Jaden's father, and since Jaden was the reincarnation of the person she swore to protect, Yubel guarded him once again. Yubel wished to guard Jaden from any and all threats, which unfortunately included any threats to their friendship. So anybody that tried to duel Jaden would fall into a coma. This caused other people to see Jaden as cursed and were too afraid to duel him. And so, under Jaden's request, hoping that she would gain the power of justice that elemental hero Neos would eventually gain, Yubel was sent into outer space by Kybercorp in a separate satellite from his contest-winning card designs, the Neospatians. But the card absorbed power from what she described as a darker form of energy than Neos, which made her powerful but caused her extreme pain. So while she controlled Marcel, Yubel used two decks, an Exodia deck in her duel against Adrian, and a Sacred Beast deck based around bringing them out Chaos Phantasm Armityle, their fused form. While possessing Jesse's body, she used two decks as well. She used an Advanced Crystal Beast deck, which she created by tainting Jesse's true deck, and another Sacred Beast deck, varying from the deck she used while possessing Marcel, as her new deck included cards that could duplicate themselves and help her meet each condition for summoning Uriah, Hermon, and Raviel, before fusing them to summon Armityle, the Chaos Phantom. Yet again, as a backup strategy in this deck, she stalled for time until she could summon Yubel, and damaged her opponent in combination with Torch Golem. In a final duel against Jaden, Yubel runs a Fiend Plant deck focused on the summoning of her own card and its upgraded forms, as well as monsters that are summoned under her opponent's control that she can damage her opponent with. As a backup strategy, she used the effect of Spell Chronicle, which lets her remove key cards in the deck from, and later forces her opponent to add them to their hand. The hidden goal of the deck is the summoning of Super Fusion God, a monster which has the ability to combine or annihilate the 12 dimensions. Its summoning requires one monster of each level from 1 to 12 by using Super Polymerization. The only way to achieve this is to use Chain Material, which lets the controller access to the field, hand, deck, and graveyard for the fusion material monsters. And with that, guys, that's another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Character Profiles done. Don't forget to leave me a like, favourite, and subscribe, and tell me what you thought in the comments section below. Other than that, thanks a lot for watching, and catch you later.